for part 2 of the basic flower box. Well, now you probably have a good idea why we notched our side pieces out.
Maybe.
This is where the front of our box is going to sit.
Yes.
So we have a nice strong shoulder for the weight of this. Now, the next step we're coming to is how we're going to support our bottom.
Yikes.
Now, if you don't have a lot of the power tools at home, probably the best way for you to do this step would be to take another piece of wood, use it as like a cleat, glue it, screw it on there, and then this will allow your bottom to sit on it.
Yikes.
However, I'm going to do mine a little bit different. Let's take a look. This is how I did my side piece. I actually ran it through my table saw that's designated with my stacked dado head.
Oh.
And I made it at 1/2 inch deep. This will allow my bottom to go in.
Yikes.
Also, too, I'm going to use a smaller cleat to glue and screw here in the middle. This isn't as obvious to see as that larger one.
Nope.
Now, the only reason I went 1/2 inch deep on this was because I was concerned if I went halfway that I would make this part here a little bit structurally weak. I don't want this to snap.
Nope.
So that's why I did it that way. Now, if you noticed, I didn't do anything to the middle leg yet. And that's because this is going to have to support the bottom different than how the end legs were. So let me show you how I'm going to take care of that problem. To give you an idea, this is the middle leg, and obviously this isn't the length of the board, the bottom that's going through. This is just a smaller piece to give you an idea of how we're going to do this.
Yes.
So let me show you how we got it set up.
Oh.
I've got both boards notched out, and so they'll fit together. This way we get a lot of strength and weight supporting on it. Now, cutting these is pretty simple. Let me show you my little trick on it. I have an easy way for cutting this out. You can use your jigsaw or your coping saw to come down here and curve this direction and curve that direction and come back through and cut that up and then, you know, kind of file it all square and flat. And that seems like a lot of work for me.
Yes.
So I just take one of my chip carving knives. I make a line.
Holy cow.
Crossing it, because I've already cut down this here with the saw.
Yes.
And then I kind of shave a little piece outside of a shoulder. And I'll do that on both sides. Okay? So I got it there as well. And then I'll put in a chisel, and because I'm going with the length of the grain here, the direction of the grain, I should be able to just strike this out. Yeah, like so. Pretty easy. Yes! Oh, one more thing I forgot to tell you. The board that I have going through here is a 2x12 that I cut in half using, well, I used my bandsaw. The reason I used my bandsaw was it's the thinnest blade I have, so I didn't want a big gap in between this. The little gap is good, however, though, because as I put dirt and water in this, you're going to want the excess water to run out. Now, I'll tell you what, you can stop right there, because I know a bunch of people are going to type in with the most obvious question.
Dear Mr. Big Chopperoo, why did you use a 2x12 when you could have used two 2x6s? Signed, the Wood Lover. Send.
The answer to that is that a 2x12 is actually 11 1/4, where two 2x6s are only 5.5 inches each, which leaves me at 11, which would leave me at 1/4 inch short for what I need to do here.
Gotcha!
Next step, do your dry fit. After that, let's glue it, screw it, and let's get to it. It's a good thing that you use a good exterior waterproof glue.
Tight bod.
Molding and trim wood glue.
As well as galvanized screws to secure it all together. Make sure too you pre-drill your holes before you just screw it in. pre-drill the bottom of this so I can run some screws up through that as well. My sides that I'm putting on are two 2x6s. I did this for a reason, because I think a 2x12 all one piece will have a prone to crack and split and warp more than the smaller pieces. Also too, I did toenail a couple of screws through it to secure it up a little bit more. Well, here's the basic flower box completed. That's where we're going to stop this video, but that's not the end of this project. The next part in this video series, well, we're going to do some trim work around it. And for the beginner, this might be a little bit more involved. I'm going to show you how to do some crown molding on the next one. But until then, it's my favorite time of the day. I like to dance.
WoodShopperTime.com!